And everybody that's ever been up here, I think you'd all agree, this is a team award. No person ever comes up here without an incredible team surrounding them. So I want to thank everybody at my academy, my staff, all my professionals, Lisa, Jenny, Suzanne, everybody in the office for handling our day-to-day business and making us all as good as we can be. I'd be remiss if I didn't take the time to thank all the teachers that have influenced the way that I teach the game of golf. Locally, that'd be Mr. Bill Davis, Jerry Tucker, in particular, Mike Bennett and Andy Plummer, who taught me so much about the golf swing. And then, probably more importantly, I'd like to say thanks to Mr. Harvey Penick and to Mr. Bill Strasbaugh for teaching me that kindness is more important than anything else. Thank you. You know, they say if you know why you're doing something, it makes what you do easier. Well, I teach for a living, but why I teach for a living is, number one, I teach to learn and to share and help others. Plain and simple. I teach to influence my staff and hopefully have a positive influence in their lives and the lives of their families and their careers. One of the greatest joys that you could ever imagine that I currently get to do is to call a golf coach, a college golf coach, on the phone and convince them that they should give one of our students or anybody's students a scholarship or a spot on the golf team. That could be a life-changing event, and I'm very honored to be able to do that. And in the end, really the why, I believe it's easier to build up a child than it is to repair an adult. And my biggest thanks has to go to my wonderful wife, Diana, who constantly prods me and pushes me. And the thing that she's always reminding me of, she says, you don't have to be the best, you have to always do your best. And I thank you very much, Diana. Okay, so the reason I have to have the cards, I'll tell you a little personal story and then I'm out of here. But when you're my age, you go get some checkups from time to time. So I go to the doctor a few weeks back, and most of the physical parts are at least surviving. They're not perfect, but they're functioning. And I told him, I said, the main problem I'm having, I forget so many things every day, so many things coming at me, cell phones and texts and emails and everything. I said, I forget a lot of things. He said, well, it may sound a little too simple, but start writing it down. Just start making some lists so you can do some things. So I said, all right, I give it a shot. So I go home, I tell Diana, I said, he said, just write them down. I said, I'll give it a shot. So later that afternoon, we were watching TV, and I said, Diana, I'm going in the kitchen. Would you like anything? She said, yeah, I'll take a bowl of vanilla ice cream. She says, want to write that down? I said, no, I got it. So about to leave, she says, but if you don't mind, I'd like some raspberries on my vanilla ice cream. Now, you better write that down. I said, come on, vanilla ice cream with raspberries. And she said, yeah, but if you don't mind, put some chocolate syrup on it. I said, okay, vanilla ice cream, raspberries, and chocolate syrup. I got it. She said, if you don't write that down, you're going to screw it up. I said, watch. So I came back 45 minutes later with a plate of baked ham and scrambled eggs. And I gave it to her, and she looked at it for about 5 seconds. Then she started staring at me with that look. And I said, what's wrong? She said, you forgot my toast. Thank you all very much.
I think my duck joke was better. No. PGA Director of Golf at Old Florida Golf Club, Tom Wildenhouse, has been named the 2016 South Florida PGA Golf Professional of the Year. A South Florida PGA past president, current president of the South Florida PGA Foundation, and a PGA of America Board of Control member, Tom is a leader amongst his peers and a role model to many. Tom also wrote this, by the way. Tom is dedicated to serving the association and devotes all of his time serving his association. He is a South Florida PGA Hall of Fame Class of 2011 member and now a two-time Golf Professional of the Year.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. This is very special. Congratulations to the section staff and the awards committee for putting this together. This is truly one of the better things I think our section does. It really gets us all together. It makes it special for us. We get to keep that fraternal spirit alive, which I think is so important within our industry. It gets our families involved in what we do. As many people before me have said that, we're away a lot, we work long hours, but this allows us to get our families involved. And I think that's really nice for them to be able to come out and celebrate golf and celebrate some of the achievements of many of our fellow professionals here tonight. Tracy and I are blessed to have some friends with us here tonight, very, very good friends, and there's many more in the audience. And we'd like to thank you all very much for coming out tonight and celebrating with us, so thank you. And as many other people have said, these things don't come by one person alone. It takes an army to really get someone to stand here to accept an award like this. And first and foremost for me is my wife, Tracy. And I thank you very much for your involvement. I'd like to thank Bill and Don for making it okay to cry. Thank you very much. You've made it more special by being involved with me and traveling down this PGA stuff with me, and I appreciate it, and I love you very much. Our team at Old Florida has been fantastic. They operate without missing a beat, and for their support, I thank you very much, and I appreciate your support more than you'll ever know. In particular, I'd like to thank our PGA head professional, Mike Arthur, for keeping the peace while I'm away. Mike, I know I don't express my gratitude for your contribution to my career enough, but I truly appreciate your guidance. I've had tremendous support from the board of directors and the membership at Old Florida Golf Club, especially our club president, who has been our club president for 22 years, Mr. Tom Cook. I'd like to thank Mr. Cook and the board for their trust in me and for allowing me to serve the great association of the PGA of America. I've been very, very fortunate to have many great mentors that are PGA mentors. Some of them, they don't even know that I've been serving them from afar. Others I call on regularly. I've been watching these folks to try to figure out how to conduct myself, to be a great professional, and to know how to treat others. Guys like Dick Stewart, Michael Kernicki, Rod Loesch, Russ Libby, Tim Miller, Steve Waugh, Kevin Maroney, Lynn Joseph. Wait a minute, he's on a different list. Sorry, strike that. Seriously, Lynn, thank you very much for your fantastic mentorship, your friendship. I'm grateful for all the support that you've shown me over the years. If I've accomplished anything, Lynn, it's because of your doing and because of your support, and I thank you very much. Congratulations to Gary Baker and Brian Pieper on their induction into the Hall of Fame. You guys are very worthy inductees, and look forward to hearing what you have to say later. Gary, who knew all those board meetings pushing the board of directors for more money for the players would result in this? I'd also like to congratulate the other award winners tonight. I always enjoy hearing the stories and how people got to where they are and what gave them their desire and their passion, and tonight was no different. So congratulations to all the award winners. I certainly would be remiss if I did not thank the section staff, past and present. Having worked with the staff for so many years, we are so very fortunate to have such a dedicated, talented, and special staff at the best section in the country. If you've not had an opportunity to work closely with any one of the people on our staff at the section, I urge you to do so. They are outstanding at what they do, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. A special thanks to Jeff Lofstead. you've never really told me how I became a candidate for the Border Control. But I'm very certain that you were the campaign manager behind the scenes. And for that, I thank you very much. It's been a fabulous experience, and I'll never be able to thank you for helping me. Thank you to Carl Bublitz and Jim Butler for having us here tonight, and all of the Gray Oaks staff and membership. This is truly a remarkable facility, and we've had a great night tonight. We thank you very much for the hospitality that you've demonstrated tonight. I wish I could close with a great quote or some fantastic words of wisdom on how unbelievably grateful and humbled I am for this honor. But let's face it, it'd be the first time I came up with anything before I came up with any words of wisdom at all. So I'd just like to close and saying thank you very much. I'm honored to be up here tonight, and thank you all for coming.
Tonight, we honor two individuals who have made significant and lasting contributions to the South Florida PGA and the game of golf. Formed in 2001, the South Florida PGA Hall of Fame is an everlasting tribute to those who have significantly impacted the golfing lives of the South Florida community through their dedication and contributions to the game of golf. We have several South Florida PGA Hall of Fame members here in attendance tonight. And could I please have you guys stand up now to be recognized? Our first inductee this evening, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight because I've known Brian Pieper for a long time and have a tremendous amount of respect for Brian over the years. He's a PGA Director of Golf at Lost Tree Club in North Palm Beach. Brian is recognized for his leadership and dedication to the growth of PGA professionals throughout South Florida. Brian prides himself on being a mentor to younger PGA professionals, as he has seen 14 assistant golf professionals go on to obtain their own head golf professional positions. Not only has Brian been a leader to his staff, he's also served in numerous leadership positions within the South Florida PGA. He served on the executive board from 2007 to 2013 and was president from 2011 to 2013. In addition, Brian was named South Florida PGA Golf Professional of the Year in 2013. Now he's a member of the South Florida PGA Hall of Fame. Brian Pieper.
Brian, what a great honor it is this evening for you and your family, and frankly for the rest of the PGA of America, and of course the South Florida PGA. 29 years of history for you has been a phenomenal career, and for this evening's induction into the South Florida PGA Hall of Fame certainly sums up the excellence and the leadership and all the great qualities you've provided so many people over the tenure of your career. Your leadership has been phenomenal, your mentorship has been even better. And for those of us that have gotten to know you over the great number of years, it's been absolutely a great ride. From a professional standpoint, you have been the consummate professional. You've taught so many people, not only on the course, but off the course. You've mentored young people, you've worked closely with older people, you've mentored people like myself in the golf business, and taught all of us to truly be the best we are. So tonight I congratulate you and your great family on this fantastic honor of being inducted into the South Florida PGA Hall of Fame. You're a great pal, and this is such a deserving honor for you. Congratulations again.
Brian Pieper's been in the golf business for 35 plus years, and since day one he's been giving back to the game. He's been the PGA Assistance President for both the Indiana and South Florida sections. He's had 12 years of service on both the chapter and section levels. He served as the president of the South Florida section during its largest growth period, including having a key role in the purchase of their new office building, development and furtherance of the junior tour, growing, giving back to the community through Habitat for Humanity, and the growth of the foundation and furthering of its Pro-Am for its intended purpose. Brian's been recognized by his peers with the Bill Strasbaugh Award numerous times, and in 2013, he was recognized as the South Florida Golf Professional of the Year. Brian's been an accomplished player, winning numerous South Florida PGA section and chapter victories. Probably the shining star with Brian is his mentoring of young professionals. He's had 14 former assistants go on to become head professionals and furthering their career, and still maintains contact with them to this day and assists in whatever manner he can. What Brian has never lost through all of his contributions to the game is his sense of humor. In fact, after a couple of rather grueling practice sessions with yours truly, he said, let's stop there because I've got a couple pieces of equipment I think I need to get for you. So we showed back up for the next session, and he presented me with 3 new pieces of equipment. One was a koozie, the other one was a fishing pole, and the third one was a tennis racket. And he said, Rick, I think these are better suited to your talent level. So with all, he's never forgotten that the game is fun, it's meant to be enjoyed by all, and his contributions to that end are numerous.
Good. I gotta lower this, sorry. Let me put on my glasses. Before I get started, let me tell one quick Charlie Reimer story. As Charlie said, we've known each other for, better part of 20 years, and we've been really lucky at Lost Tree. We've got the longest running Pro-Am in the country, thanks to Jack Nicklaus. It's now going into its 54th year. And Charlie had always come down when he was younger and did play the tour, and he would play. So one year, Charlie comes down, and we always started this Pro-Am at 11 o'clock, and Charlie comes into the shop about 10:45 and goes, hey, I just got here, and I got a problem. And I said, what's the problem? He goes, well, I got no clubs, and I got no clothes. And I said, well, that's no problem. We can get you some clubs and just take a couple shirts here. And well, he goes, well, you got my size, XX? I said, yeah, we can help you. And we even he was in flip-flops. I think he'd just flown down from Atlanta or somewhere. But we got him some shoes, and he went out and shot 68 like it was nothing, But he's one of the best, and thank you for being here tonight. Let me start by thanking Rob Anderson, the awards committee, also the Hall of Fame committee, Kevin Murphy. Kevin couldn't be here tonight. Now, Kevin's also my neighbor, so maybe it's kind of ironic that I got into the Hall of Fame, but Kevin had he had a family commitment tonight, but he was going to be here, so, but thank you for this unbelievable honor. For me, this great game has taken me from, a humble road, from a kid that grew up on a public golf course in Indianapolis, and I just can't say enough thank yous. There's someone here tonight that knows me from my junior golf days, Doug Reed. Doug, would you stand, please? So, Doug and I go back to our junior golf days, and I really didn't know Doug was going to be here tonight, but I got to tell this story. I was from the south side. That was the farmer's side. I grew up on a farm. And Doug was from the northwest side, and we played junior golf together, and we played a lot of city golf courses, right, Doug? And the first golf course I played was named after the mayor's wife of Indianapolis. And, that's nothing great, right? Except for that mayor's wife was named Sarah, and her last name was named Shank. So the first golf course I played was named after the worst shot in golf, the Shank. So I think Doug and I battled it out on the City Junior down at places like South Grove and Riverside, and another course called Coffin. I mean, what another terrible name. But after high school, I thought I did pretty well. I went on to Ball State. My son calls it Testicle Tech. But Doug, he went to Harvard. And not only did he play golf, he played basketball. I mean, my God, Well, Doug's retired, naturally, and I'm still working. But nonetheless, it's been a great run for me. I ran in, when I was in high school, the professional at Sarah Shank was a gentleman named Patrick Welch. And in 1977, we won the state pro junior. And that was kind of it for me. That's when I quit playing baseball and basketball. Not that I was good enough at the other sports. But after college, Pat had moved on to a really, really nice family club in the suburbs of Indianapolis called Carmel. And the club was Woodland Country Club. And he followed a very famous professional there, Don Padgett Jr., whose father was president of the PGA, Don Padgett Sr. And Pat hired me as his second assistant, and Pat was the section president in the Indiana section. So, I was fortunate at age 23 to get, a really good insight of a great pro at a great club, learning all the PGA insight. And I became the president of the Indiana Assistants Association, but there was one problem with that is in doing so, you hosted the state assistants tournament. So I ran for the office of assistant without asking my boss. And so when I came back and said, hey, we're going to host the state assistants tournament next year, and I'm the state assistants president, he says, well, did you think about asking me? No, I didn't. Well, he got over it. And I had 3 great years there. Working in Indianapolis, my hometown, was very special. Prior to that, I was very lucky. I had a teacher in my life who was a mentor of mine, Sam Carmichael. Brendan Cunningham. Sam was an All-American at LSU. Sorry, Don Law. There were no All-Americans at Alabama then. And Sam played the tour, and when he came off the tour, he came back to Indiana to run his family club. And Sam would later go on to be one of the most respected golf coaches in the state, or in the country, at Indiana University, both for men and women. And he encouraged me to get into the golf business, and also encouraged me to work for the best professional at the best club I could at the time. And although he said, I'd hire you, he said, you need to go work where nobody knows you, and you need to make a name for yourself. So off I went, knowing no one, and it was just, kind of an unbelievable opportunity for me to work at Woodland Country Club. By the way, I will say that Sam lost the semifinals of the 1961 U.S. Amateur at Pebble Beach to a guy named Jack Nicklaus. In addition to that, there's 2 players in the state of Indiana to have won the state junior, the state amateur, and the state open, all as an amateur. One is Fuzzy Zeller, the other is Sam Carmichael. So I owe a lot to my career to Sam Carmichael, and he is still doing well in Indiana. To my unbelievable wife, Vicki, as newlyweds in 1986, we took a chance on moving to South Florida. And she was working for a bank, and we know banks don't pay well, but when you're an assistant golf pro, they pay even worse. And so she had a chance to move to South Florida, and if my memory's any good, she got a raise of about $8,000. And I don't even know if I was making $8,000 at that time. But we thought it was too good to pass up, and so we moved to South Florida. And my next lucky break was meeting a golf professional named Larry Dornish, who had just taken the job at Lost Tree Club and hired me sight unseen, lucky for me. And I didn't care what duties I did on a day-to-day basis, but he hired me as his third assistant at the Lost Tree Club, and I spent 2 really good years there, and that's when I met Charlie. A couple years later, I had a really good opportunity to meet an unbelievable professional, former president of the Philadelphia section, who is here tonight, Frank Buzz Garvin. Buzz, can you please stand? So Buzz is another professional who came off the PGA Tour, went into the club business, and he was recruited by a very successful developer in South Florida who had done 2 other previous private clubs, one in Boca and one in Boynton Beach. And he was opening Admiral's Cove in Jupiter, a very new 45-hole development, a beautiful development in Jupiter, Florida. And Buzz hired me to come over there, and he unbelievably just let me run the show there. Kind of gave me the keys and said, hey, you're going to run this place. I got a lot going on. I'm busy with the developer. And he gave me a lot of opportunity to, grow and do a lot of things that most assistants don't normally get to do. So, Buzz, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. You're an amazing friend, and I love you. Next along my career path was a gentleman named Joe Webster. He hired me to be my